Hello and welcome to another Springfield build. Now we're going to be trying to do the retirement castle. I'm not going to do the inside of this house, and it is going to be a little bit awkward for me to get this started because obviously it's such a big build. I was going to do the tapped out version, but it's a hell of a lot smaller than what it should be. So we're just going to I'm going to try and step in a bit. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think I'm going to step in about this much because I've got to start from my left hand side to make sure there's enough room to fit it all in. Really I could go another 2 in. Where am I? Away from this wall. I just really want to. So there's my center, which is one of the new blocks. It's chiseled redstone. Hopefully will help with a few of the builds. I don't know if that's too close, but for now we're just gonna do that, and the build is going to end up kind of like that, and I'm hoping that's going to be okay because we really don't have the options to mess around too much. So all of our corners are going to be supposed to be like bricks, but I don't really want to use the brick block. I don't also want to be doing too much that is not going to look like the bricks are there. I do even wonder whether to come out one, but for now I'm just going to do it like this. Basically from the corners we can just add on our extra pieces because we won't have no windows there. So for me this is my starting point. It's going to be on the far left side of the building. I'm going to try building it up, working out. So say our windows are going to be here. Now I won't be going inside this building. Reason being is there's not enough pictures of it. Plus I want it to be accurate. And the problem with a big building, like I've just found out with my Family Guy build, is really not as simple as you would hope. So I'm going to do 3 by 3. Realistically I could do 2 by 2, just to shorten the build load. But I'm guessing this is probably the best way to do it. I'm even wondering whether to start from that second block up, but I'm trying to not make the building amazingly big because there needs to be like 5 windows in this part. So if we do that, always putting in our cornerstones as well. I mean, I'm thinking, in fact, you know what, for the first time I'm actually going to go down to 2 windows. So we're going to do like that. I don't know if that's a little bit too far away from the edge. We'll have a quick look. No, I think actually if we do it like that. No, I'm not a big fan of doing too many blocks in between the windows and the floor because of the height wise, but I'm more doing this for the accuracy of the build, and basically we want to fit in 5 of these, and I don't want to be putting in too many blocks. So if I'd done it there, say, let's just see how big this part actually gets. So we got 1 window, 2 windows. Let's get our third in and just work out if our space is right. So that's our third, that'll be our fourth, and that'll be our fifth. And then we'd start going back into the actual main square of the build. So we're gonna stick like this for now, depending on how big it is when we just step back and have a quick look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when you think that is the small part of the building, because you've got parts on both sides, I'm thinking for us right now that is probably the best option, is to keep it at this size. So I'm going to run another one across the top, like so, and obviously we can keep going in, doing the same on this side, and obviously we still want our center one, and now we're going to start putting in our windows on this side, and we're going to go up about the same level, but these ones actually come in a lot closer, so the window is going to be literally here, but we only want, see now it's different. We keep looking at tapped out pictures, So actually we can add in another full row, like so, and then we're going to put in our windows. But there seems to be a lot more gap in between these ones. So say we go to there, and we're going to make that 4 in length before we start putting in our next row of windows. There. Is that going to be big enough? I hope so. We're mainly doing this so the map itself looks good. And we're going to try and keep it symmetrical as well. So we're going to chuck that in and another row straight in front again. Remembering to put this row in as well. So have it like that. And then we want to put in one of these and start doing our cornering effect again. Obviously it's down to preference. If you'd rather use bricks, if you find that gives you the better look, then obviously you should go for it. Obviously we know how far we should be with this one, so we're just going to pull it all the way across, like so. Pull the second row across, remembering to put in our edge in, like that, and just to make sure that we don't go off track. We'll just do that, 1, 2, miss 1, 1, 2, miss 1, 1, 2, miss 1, and so on, until we hit our last one there. Just chuck in our edges. In fact, may as well finish off my windows while I got a chance. And there you have it. Voila. So there we go, we've got our first floor of our left side of the building done. And obviously we're going to have to go up again, and we want this to be the windows not to start at least until this part, so we can still go ahead, put in our edges, and we want these windows to line up with the bottom ones. And I'm trying to keep this building not small, but not massive as well, that we're going to lose track with it at the same time. So for the front and back we can do exactly the same, layer it again, knowing that our windows aren't needed just yet. So we're going to put the windows all the way around, same place. So we've got 1, 2. So just going 2 by 2 all the way around. Remembering to put in our edges as we go around. We're going to need this one, all this row in. And then one in all the gaps. And then chuck in our windows again. Oop. So you can really see that this build is going to be quite big, because we're only on the very left small part of the build. And not forgetting our edges. Oop. Almost forgot it that time. And just pulling it across. Like so. And doing the same again on this side. And then we'll take a quick look once we've put all this side together. So, and we still need to put in the top parts, like the not the, well, we could put window sills on, but we're more thinking of the red and white material that sort of hangs above. And obviously each one of these windows, unless we come out one further, which we can't, which is now I'm wondering whether we should have done 4. So we may do 4 on the other window. And my boy is deciding to come down again. Lovely jubbly. So we're just going to do that on every single window. And guys, bear with me if I have to run off a quick second. My boy is just coming downstairs a minute. I'm sorry, it is becoming more and more of a daily thing. Hello! So bear with me. I'll have to just run him upstairs a minute. Let me just sort these out. So we'll just do one on the insides. Now I know it's not massively wide windows, but we're trying to keep the build within a nice, easy buildable part. Think of Lego, and we're trying to sort of not lose the accuracy of it at the same time. So as you can see, that's just the left-hand side, which is already pretty big. So anyway, guys, give me 1 second just so I can take this boy up. Be back 2 seconds. So sorry about that, guys. It's becoming more and more frequent thing. But as he's getting older, he's obviously a lot more mobile, and he obviously wants to see what's going on. So I just want to check on these edges. We actually do need one on this side as well. So let's just have a quick check of where it would be. So it'd be like so. Sorry if I sound more out. It's where I'm running back and forth upstairs. It is actually completely knackering, and keeping fit just within the house is crazy. Kids will do that to you. So, like so. We'll do the same over the other side, just keeping it in the same size. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and so on until we get up to the top. And we still want to be chucking in these before I run off and forget. And there we go. And what are we looking at? So we still need to go another one all the way around, so we can leave these edges because we still need to put in them corner pieces. So I'm just going to go like so, just so I can just run back around, put them in afterwards. So like I say, guys, I'm trying to keep it as accurate as possible, but not accurate to the point that it's going to actually cause a lot of mishap later in the build. We may need to add an extra layer on here, but at the same time, what you got to think is, as big as this is getting, the middle part is actually bigger. So I don't know, I think if we go up an extra layer, it will only be to put the roof on literally this part. So I think if we just run this one round, just so we know we can put the roof on, so then we know we've actually come to like a sort of a finish on this part. And then we know then that one part of the build is done. I mean, if we were doing it in parts, I could do it from, say, this part to the middle part, then to the far side part. But obviously you know how to do the other side, because it's going to be literally the same as this, but opposite. So now we've got our edger in, and we now want to start building inwards. I'm not sure how this sort of corner goes into itself with the edges on this side. So I'm not going to start pulling this part into this part of the build here, and I'm just going to drag it out free. I don't really want to go too much further than that, because when we add the edger on this side, then we're still coming out that sort of size, and we've got to do exactly the same on the back as well. So we're ending up straight away. You can see where my path is. It's lucky that I actually decided to build in this far, And we've still got to put the front, I forgot what you would call it now, but like the overhangs on the front of the building, and they're going to take up some space as well. And I've obviously got to get the windows a bit wider on the front, because I don't just want to do two single blocks like that. And I think we're going to use slabs, so we'll use the wooden slabs here, and we can pull this out an extra slab as well. Actually, we could use, do you know, I'm looking at this, bear with me 1 second, sorry. I'm just thinking, rather than using the wood with that sort of texture, we can actually use the sand. So let's have a quick look, because we've got these new blocks, and quite honestly some of them do look better. It is sort of tying a bit too much into the top parts there, but at the same time I think it's going to save us a hell of a lot of job. Remembering to add our edges on, so we're going to go 1, 2 on that one, then start running our block across, because obviously we're going to want to do the same over here. So we're going to run this one all the way across, like so. Now we will have a little bit of a distance look in a minute, just to make sure that it's looking the way we really want it to. Like so. And obviously we can lose 2 every time. Hopefully we don't lose too much of a peak on the roof by using these, but I don't want it to be so big that it's going to cause us problems later on. So like so. Come out one, and then we want one there. Ready for our yellow clay to come in, and it's actually nice to use these colours for a change, because it does get a bit boring using the same colours all the time. Cool, sorry about that. So now we've actually got this part now. We've got 2 blocks that have come into each other. Now let's run all these across at least one side, so we can see what it's going to look like on this side of the building. Because bearing in mind we still have to build up in the middle as well. It's still got to be higher than this part. It is annoying, but that's the whole point of using the slabs. We really don't want it to go too high, because if we have to, I mean I really don't want to use slabs here and then stairs in the middle, but at the same time it may help, it may not as well. I just want to get it up to its peak and then have a quick check from the front, just to make sure that we're really on the right track with this build. Now I did try doing my Family Guy inside, but where I rushed it, because my son was ill, I think halfway through the video we sort of said like, right, we're not doing the inside, we're just going to concentrate on the outside, and it has actually messed me up for the inside plants. It is annoying, considering it is the center point for our Family Guy map. I may change it at some point. For me the outside is as accurate as it can be, but the inside, it just can't be done accurate unless I rebuild it or stretch it out a bit more, which is going to put the accuracy off. I mean, we could change it a bit and still put in some bits just to really make it look like the Family Guy, but for me the outside is accurate. I'm going to move on to a different build, otherwise I'm going to be releasing the same video 3-4 times, and it's just not really how I pictured it going. Plus I don't want to bore myself before we even get really started on there. So I just want to concentrate on getting this one done. We will put windowsills on these windows as well. I'm looking at that and I'm just thinking, should it be more of a peak? But then I'm thinking, once the middle's on as well, it's obviously going to be bigger anyway, so it's really going to be hard to get it done. So I'm really trying to keep a good eye on it. I need to look underneath, because on this part this is actually going to be a bit harder. We may have to work from the top sort of to the bottom, or at least put in yellow clay and then punch in the windows afterwards, because we need a few of these smaller windows in the tops, but the bottom actually isn't the small windows, which is really annoying. So I don't know how best to work around that. So let's just crack on with this build for a moment. I'm sorry guys, bear with me because I'm going through one picture to another, really trying to keep it in time with itself. So let's have a gander here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 8 windows to go into this center part of the build. Now if that's 5, how many did we do it away? So if I go ahead and add my cornerstones, then I know basically to just come out 1 extra. And we'll try and keep it as close to the size as the other ones. I just want to see if they're the same level as the other ones, but obviously a little bit more forward, which I think they are. So if we look at that, we've got 1, 2. So our window is going to be not here on this one. Let me just mark that out a moment. And let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's right. So we're just going to go ahead and put in these ones. And we're really going to have to try and stretch it out. I was going to make these windows bigger, but thankfully I didn't now. Because when you've got to put 8 in, and then you've still got the right hand side of the build to do as well, it's going to be a real troublesome build if we start making these windows any bigger. So that's 4. Let's get on to our 5. Now guys, this is the most unconventional way to build really, but because the bottom isn't patterned like the top, we're just really using the top to make sure that we don't overstep the size. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 1 more in. And then we can bring this side of the building to a close as well. So 1, 2. And then looking at that, we'd have our cornerstone on this side. So we can start bringing this all the way down. So we know it's all going to be as symmetrical as possible. So we go 1, 2, 3, and our yellow clay to just go in like so, and then start building up this side part here. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we're just going to pull this one across, and then that leaves us with the space to start building onto our bottom, because we don't have the overhang like we would on the tops of the windows. Silly me. So 1 in. Trying to remember to put them in it as well. And we can do this last one, because this part will, in the sense, it will be like the same size as the other side, but obviously this roof will end up being bigger because it's been started in a different place. So we already know we can drag this one back. So we've got that. We're using red first, so we may as well go ahead and chuck these in. I'm really hoping I can get this to look somewhat like it, but I don't want to widen these windows anymore, because when we step back, for you guys, that is already, you know, that's a big building. But it is actually good colours. I'm so glad that Minecraft has actually updated with these colour sandstone, because that's realistically really going to help. So now I need to try and find another picture to find where these bottom windows actually go. They seem just spaced out windows, really. Just there's like 3 in the space of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a door, and then like a long window. So if I go ahead and add another row here, and obviously we can run one. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 there. So we'll add another one, run this one across, and we've sort of got 1, 2, 3, do a window like so. Bear with me guys, I'm just trying to work out how best to get these windows in and as accurate as possible. So we've got another 1, 2. It actually looks like they should be sort of like 2 wide. So I'm thinking we do that. Chuck in another one. How many windows have we come across? So we do that. And then we want to come up to the 4th one really. So when we do that, so yeah, we could add this extra row here. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, and then a window. And then we want the extra row. Yeah, we want the extra row. We do 2 just to be different. 1, 2, like that. So they haven't quite matched up the way they would have up there. And then obviously we've got our glass doors then. Bear with me, just trying to look back to my picture a moment. I don't really want to chuck in a door frame on this one, but at the same time I'm wondering if it's going to look good enough without a frame to sort of add it to. We're going to want this built out into like so. I'm thinking let's have a check with a door frame, just purely to know where we are. So if we do that, come across 4, so that'll make it 6 wide in total, and then we can sort of do our glass doors like that. What I like to do is then use like glass pane, because I find that it sort of makes it look like a little bit more like a door, like the sort of glass doors. I don't know if that actually does look more like glass doors to you, but to me I thought it looked a little bit better personally. So we then run this one across. What do we want to do? Do we want to do that frame? Because we are going to have to start pulling this down as well, and that's 4 high. We could actually, instead of doing that, we can. So we could leave it like spaced like so. So it just leaves a door frame like that. Because I don't really have a lot of intention of going inside. In fact, I have no intention of going inside. So if we look at that, and then we have a long window over this part, which we can't do as a long window, which is crazy. Which means we would have to space these windows out a little different. So we'd have to move this one over. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to keep it as accurate as possible without messing anyone up. 1, 2, chuck this one in. And then we're going to have to take these 2 away. And obviously we're going to have to take that one away as well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, plus 4. I want to chuck this one in. Like that. Make sure we put in our glass blocks. And that would be our actual 4, so we can punch that one away. Pull back down the frame. Now I hate doing frames because they take up so much space. It can sometimes really put your build off. And when we look at it, this isn't going to be the long window that I want it to be, but at the same time we can do it to there. I think we'd take these ones away, pull these ones across, and then we can have that as the long window, which is really annoying with this part here now. But it is the only way to keep it like that, and I don't really want to go any bigger than that. That is as big as I'm really willing to take it. Wonder whether to move this over another one. But then if that was the case, we should have just matched up to the windows above. Now we could take another one away, I suppose, to move this window up one. I think I would much rather do that rather than leave it the way it is, but that is still wider than what it should be. I'm gonna do it just purely for my own satisfaction. So I'm sorry guys, it is a bit of knocking down going on here. So we're now to this. This side's got to come out. Add this one in. Pull this one away. Check. Dark oak planks back in. That actually doesn't look too bad. That's without moving the window, so I think that's better. But obviously, if we didn't have the frame there, the door would only be 4 wide, and you'd have that much more space to add what you need. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try putting on this kind of roof part here, and we're going to start from this layer. Now we don't have to come out any further than what it is. I just want to make sure it goes up to the edge. So yeah, we're going to start on this layer. Now it might not come out as far as we hope. It's quite strange because it actually goes to that far, and then it would leave 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to do another one there. I think we're going to double layer this, which I don't like doing when it comes to roofs. But at the same time, I would rather do it like that, because we've got the awkward part of using full blocks, as we've done above the windows there. So if we do this twice as well, although it doesn't look the best, so it's now like that, we aren't losing too much space either, and we can still afford to come down one more, and that will bring us to an end, and it means we can actually stick our fence posts into it as well. So without moving on too far onto that one, we get onto this part. The problem we've got here is now we've sort of got to do it like that. Hello! And we just keep... Yeah, I think that's how we're going to have to do it really if we want to keep it as accurate as possible. I didn't really want it going up to the window size, but it has sort of got to be done. So we'll just pull it down. I'll just take a quick look. Let me take a quick look at my picture. So we still need our fence posts into this part as well, so could actually pull it one more. And we're going to use our orange fence to just really pull it all together. And obviously under these fence pieces we'll be using some sort of concrete, so we'll be using something grey. That's quite strange actually, because it comes one further down on this part. I don't know if I really want to do that. Will I be losing too much space? We'll give it a go. We'll try it before we say no. So we do that. Actually, that might look better if we do it like a... Kind of strange, but I think it does. So do it like that. Then I would, which is only like now 3 high on this part anyway. So do it like so. separate one here. And how many sort of holding points have we got? Got one the other side of the door, so we stick to that one. So that'll be our doorway. So we knock this one back and we move it across one, so it sort of holds the design that is up to the door frame. And then we move down, we want one about here, and then one right on the end. So like so, let's just have a quick look. Is that gonna be the retirement castle? I think it is. I think it's sort of coming together quite well. We now want to drag our other side, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're just going to run around the other side, do the same on this side, keep it as symmetrical as possible. I'm pretty sure I did use my edges as well, so we might as well chuck them in before I forget. Oops, what have I done with my roof? Oh, I know what I've done, I've just stepped in one too far. So we're going to step outwards. One here. Did I actually use an edger? No. No, I didn't. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now just concentrate on these ones, because otherwise I will forget. I'm hoping I've just pulled that out the right amount. So we go down, pull this in. Like so. So it'd be like that. And obviously we need an edger there. And this one will come out one further. And obviously it will be higher, but because we don't know our peak yet, we'll just keep it to about there. Could probably go one higher if we wanted to. And yeah, I think we're now on the right sort of stage. I don't know what to do with the back of this building. That's a little bit of a confusion there. But including the one at the front there, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can keep running this all the way back, remembering our edges. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And our edge. La 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 la. Edge. And voila. So we now know that we can start building into our other side, which is very handy. And we can drag this all the way across to where our last point is on the other side. I don't know if we should include the back door here. It's not really an issue for me. Obviously I need to add an edger there now. I just forgot about that. So I just wanted to just drag that across, really just to know where we was on this side. So we want one there, one there, one there, one there. In fact, we can just carry on building this one up, really. We want to make sure that we keep adding these edges in, so it doesn't look... Ooh, what happened there? There we go. And we obviously got to start thinking of putting in these windows now as well. Now I'm just going to go the same as what I've done on the other side there, apart from the back doors, because I have no idea what this should look like from the back. I do know one more layer there, and then we're going to start doing these top windows. So we can just sort of do that. Drag this one all the way across. Knowing that we've now made space for our top layer. So we're going to go 1, 2, start putting in these windows the same as over there. 1, 2, 1, 2. Leave a space of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Leave a space of 2, 1, 2. Like so. Now guys, for now, I'm just going to fill this in. I'm not going to put in any sort of back entrance to it. Just going to do it like this. So we know once it's built, we can look back at it and hopefully it will look the way it should. So there we go. So now we can start putting in our top windows. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. So start putting in our posts, leaving our gaps for our windows. So I think we've actually made pretty good progress with this. This is quite a big building. It's bigger than the average house anyway, which is mainly why I don't want to go inside. The best part is that we don't have to put a veranda on the back here, because we're not sure if it should have one or not. Unless someone does know, in which case my only excuse will be, the front looks good. So we can go ahead and put these red wool on these windows. And then run it back with the white on the opposite side. Now I know it's, you know, realistically you would like to have red, blue, red, white, but that is in a sense going to make the building way too big. So we can now lift this up as well. And then we want our last layer as well, which is then for our roof to start being built over the top. And hopefully, I'm hoping when we're using these slabs that we're not going to hit that point that we end up damaging the build. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that we know where we're going with this part. Just chuck these in. Obviously trying to remember to leave out that orange that needs to go in. Like so. How's things, man? Mr. Luz, is it? I'm not too sure how that's pronounced. We're just going to make sure that we chuck it back in these cornerstone. Just making sure we've kept it all symmetrical. So if we go from the front, let's have a quick look. Apart from the lacking of, we need to put some cement here and a couple of chairs, the retirement castle sign, I think that's coming along pretty well. The only thing that could really let us down now is the roof, and at worst we may have to change over to using maybe stairs for the roof. I don't want to. I want it all to sort of be the same size roof, but if it comes down to it, we may have to. Can't guarantee it yet. Now we'll give it a quick go now and see how far off we're gonna be. So we can start building out this roof. I think we should be okay because we did come out 5. And if we're using the same blocks, we're really just making it so that we've got enough space to do it. No, it's for YouTube, man. I know a lot of people must think like, man, that guy talks to himself a lot. So we chuck this on. Pull it across. I'm really hoping this roof comes into itself now. Now I am taking the shortcut of not doing the inside here, but mainly because I have no intention of doing the inside. I just want to see the front all come together. Ooh, there we go. So yeah, I think we've cleared that roof quite nice and easy. I don't know how much space we will end up with. We have got to chuck in now our very right side of the building. Just to pull it back in. Ooh, there's a lot of drama going on upstairs. My boy must be winding my wife right up. So we may as well go ahead, chuck these ones in with our edges as well. Ta-da, mate. So chuck these in. Just make sure that we layer it up like so. And we want to pull this across. I know it is cheating because I haven't done the inside wall, but I did say I wasn't going to do it, and I still don't have much intention of doing it. So let's pull these ones back as well. Oh, don't you just hate that? So I'm wondering whether to just jump across now and start finishing the far side part of the building over this side, just to know that we've done all of that. Just really wanted to make sure that our roof was going to fit nicely, keeping it all nicely done. I don't know what to do for the inside, whether to do some sort of like just in front of the windows, sort of do like the big hall, the dance hall, or the retirement room. But for now I'm just happy that it's actually being built. There we go. I don't know how we're doing on time. I'm hoping this hasn't taken too long. So before this gets a little bit too repetitive, I think we should jump across and do our right hand side. Now we've got to sort of mirror this, do it backwards. So it'll be 1, 2, 3 before we hit the window. So start here. Wait a minute. I want to make sure that I've actually given that the right. Yeah. I'll sort that out in a moment. Just make sure that I've actually done that in the right space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. That's cool. So we chuck these in. So 1, 2, and then build up. 1, 2. Just make sure I remember where my windows go. I think we needed 5. Hope it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll chuck this one in before running around and making sure that we've done it right. Get that out of there. So there we go. So we've got our bottom windows in now. Let's chuck our clay in. And we need one more row on top of that. Let's just go make sure we've done this right. And we want a space of 2 on the end on this side. 1, 2. Of just full yellow clay before starting our edges. So we've done one row, do another one, and then we can do another starting piece there, and then the edge. So like that. There we are getting somewhere. Slowly bringing our build to a finish. Well, I think it's a bit off for finishing yet, but at least we're getting there. So we went up 1, 2, and then we started our windows again, and we finished on 1, 2, 3 up. Let's just concentrate on getting them second row windows in. So we've got 1, 2, 1, 2. Nicely done. We can get ahead and chuck these in. Remembering to leave that space there. I want to go 2 above on this one as well. And obviously we've got to repeat this process then at the back. But we are actually not doing too bad. So like so. Whoop whoop, chicken soup. Looking good. Chuck these in. White. I think we're looking pretty good actually. It's not bad at all. Now I'm pretty sure we're definitely adding this row in. Make sure I don't go. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go have a quick check. Because basically it all starts the same on this side as it would the front as well. So we had that one, then it was 1, 2. So it'd be 3 above a window, 2 above these. So yeah, that's literally right. So we start this one, running all the way across. Ooh la la, making good progress. Realistically, I think we should start this side now, just to make sure we don't miss it out. Oh. And like so. We should stop doing that. So we need that one, and then the last one there. And we can now run this wall all the way over to the other side. Now it's all going to fit, pull itself in quite nicely. And then the only problem we've got then is the edger, so we leave that one spare. I think I've just done that right anyway. Let's just go have a quick check, I haven't gone too far. So yeah, like so. And I think we've done pretty good time on this. It's not gone too bad at all. I think we're going to need to go 1, 2, just to really not trip ourselves up. Chuck these in. Ooh, get you out of the way. Oh, there we go. So now let's concentrate on getting some of these windows in. So we need 1 more row from top to bottom of this yellow, just before we start chucking windows in the wrong place. It does happen. So there we go, 1, 2, doing the same as we've done on the other side, leaving 1 space. 1, 2. And that should be all 5 right there. Yep, perfect. So now we can just go ahead, chuck in our yellow clay, run 1 across the top, or 2 across the top, and then start putting in our yellow and white wall. So we've got red and white. Let's just go ahead and put all the white in first. There we go. Another layer of windows done. Then we can go ahead and put in the top ones. Like so. Beautiful, beautiful. Lovely jubbly. I'm actually really surprised with this build. I didn't think it was going to be this well done. So there we go. Then we can put in our wall pieces on top, and know that we need to still rise another 2 above, but it should already be about that size done. Looking at the other side, and just to signal the finish, if we run this one all the way across, knowing that we've come to the end of that wall. Ooh, what did I do there? There we go. So there we go, we know we've hit the peak on this part. Make sure we drag this wall all the way across, because we know it's going to need to cover up this side too. Going back to our slab, we might as well run this one backwards as well. And then we just got to run over to the other side, have a quick look. How much of a gap were you putting in before we put in the windows? I think it was 4 in the middle, and roughly about 2 or 3. I don't know. Let's just fill in these parts. Oh, let's fill in these parts first. Make sure that we get it all nicely done. Done. Chuck these in, and we still need to put in another full row of yellow. In fact, I think we still need to put in a row of 2. So we could just run this one all the way across, do our second row all the way across, and then I think it's 1, 2, I think. And then if we worked it out like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, I was spot on. Making sure we fill in our gaps. We already know we've got to do 1 more row on top of that one, and then we can start putting in the top window as well. Really didn't do too bad on this build. It's actually come together quite quickly, quite nicely. Not many mistakes. In fact, I don't think we made any mistakes. I think we just, I think we changed 1 piece, didn't we? But yeah, surprisingly happy. Worked out pretty well. I mean, the roof is now our problem, but I think the roof's going smoothly anyway, so yeah, it'd be nice to actually get a build done with no problems. If we wanted, we could always go around and put in them window sills. I'm not too bothered on this build. I'm really not, because I don't think it's going to improve it by much. If it does, I'll be surprised. The only thing I would say is don't use this sandstone. I would use the wood, just to make a different texture. Get off there. Where we go in, so we're going to need another row of yellow blocks here, and then we can run this one backwards. This is my first Springfield build in some time, I think, which is crazy to think that I've actually been building Springfield for quite some time now. It never feels like you're getting anywhere until you look at it one day and you think, okay, that's cool. For me, I think the moment I realised I was getting somewhere was when the actual map that you pull out actually shows quite a lot of detail on it. I'm actually so happy with this build. I'll soon find out whether I should be when I look at it from the front. But yeah, as it stands, I think it's actually gone pretty well. And we might as well build up this side as well. Now we already know we're going to hit the point in the middle. Yep, just hit it. So we've got double up on these ones. So you end up with like a double runner in the middle, like so. So let's just finish off this roof. And pull this one across. And then we can concentrate on the middle and see how it actually looks all done together. I was really worried that this build wasn't going to come together because it is so big. I think we really got the worst part out of the way. I think the main worry was literally at the middle piece. I was thinking that it wasn't going to sort of run in together. I think we need to put one extra there. Yep. Cool. Cool, cool. Can run this one across. Oh, I hate that. It's like you hit a bump in a road, boing. Bounce off a ceiling, find out you've just chucked a brick at someone. There we go. And before we add that wall, we might as well drag this one across just for ease. Or am I still going to hit it? I still hit it. Damn it. And we can run this side across. And then we can run this one. And then our last two. So we may as well just add these ones. We still need two there. We'll need two on this side as well. And Bob's your uncle. And if she's your auntie. That's weird. I don't know why I said that. Just come out of it. So there we go. Now let's make a finish on this roof. And really just to finish off we need to just chuck in some bushes out the front, a couple of chairs. The chairs are going to be awkward actually thinking about it, but could give it a go. Let's get you done. Remembering to put our edges on. And then we're going to need one too. So one there, extra one here, obviously we need the extra, I don't want to go too far, make sure that I don't overstep my own build here. There we go, and then we've got one there, a double, back to our yellow, put that one in just to be normal. And there we go. And 1, 2. And we've done the same in here. So we've got like a dual middle piece there. So now it's just a case of running it all back. So it's all completely finished. I don't think there's a car park with this or anything. I think it's just literally the sign. Sandcastle retirement, which is going to be awkward. We can't really put the writing on it without going too big, so we're just going to sort of make the sandcastle sign the best we can with what we've got. So let's just pull this across. Whoop. Had a bit of a, I think I was going too fast, speed wobble. So didn't realise I was neglecting the other side of my build. We're so close. So close. And done. So it's now just a case of running all of this back. Although it's a long process, I do wonder whether to like finish a video here, but then it's not really, you're not going to see it complete. And I have no way of editing afterwards. So I am sorry about the length of the videos, but I think really we should be thankful how short this one actually is, considering how big the build is. We have literally done the whole build one sitting. I think that's pretty good going. And it's quite a big building for the map as well. Let's just concentrate on getting it finished for now, because I just want to get around the front, have a good look, make sure that it looks the way I want it to. I think we're going to have to put some lights inside. I think we are going to have to do some sort of inside, because it's a very big space we can work with. What to actually do, Not too sure. I'd be open to take suggestions if you want to chuck something down in the comments. Maybe a ballroom. I think we should do like the tablet, the drug dispensing woman. So close, 3 more rows. Let's get it finished. Oh, there we go. Now, not very often do we have a build that goes as smooth as this. And I'm actually quite surprised because we've used the windows as very small windows. Normally I would double up in the size of the windows to make the space big enough. This actually happens to be such a big building anyway. It's come together pretty well. So let's go have a quick gander. I think I'm going to have to chuck some lights underneath. We want to add another 2 on here, I think. Didn't realise we seem to have gone a bit shorter there. One more there. Knock that off. Put a fence this side. My only issue is that it is actually pretty dark. The way around that though is because it is actually quite built in here. We can hide a couple of glowstones within. We'll take that one away from the edge there. Obviously we want to use clay on the floor. I won't concentrate on that part. Let's just pull up the picture, see how I can tidy it up outside. Really we just want a path all the way down to the door. So I think our path would be about here. Oh, let's make sure we don't overstep this path. So I just want a little path coming to about here. I think we'll make it 3 in width. We'll just use our normal grey clay. I think we are going to have to clean up that doorway there. And I think we just need to do it underneath the wooden part. Can't really get a good enough picture now. Basically we're going to follow these poles. In fact, on this side we could actually go that far. Just going to run it all the way back. Quite strange actually, because every picture you use, something changes. It might be very small, it might be very big, but everything changes. I suppose that will probably be the best part about doing the Family Guy building, because it's very much the map is set in stone now. So we just got to do this down the other side as well. And then down this side, I'm going to do it to these poles. Only to the front, so we only really need to go to there. Just to make sure that we actually do. And pull it in like so. And I think we're pretty close to finishing now. We just need to do that sign. And I think that is literally done. We're going to have to do something with the inside there because I don't want grass just on the underneath of that glass there. Because that looks a little bit weird. I don't quite know what to do though. Because obviously, no matter where you look, you're always going to have that grass sitting there. Unless we completely disguise it. I think for now we could sort of do it like that, just so it's got some sort of finish to it. just want to do my path as well. And we're just going to chuck some bushes up. Also high grass. And I think that... Oh, we are basically coming to the end now. I think we've done it quick enough. I don't know how long we've actually taken, but I'm hoping it was a nice quick build. But when I say quick as it could be done, without rushing it, so you wouldn't know what you're actually doing. Let's have a quick look where these bushes should be. Realistically, we want a sign. What sort of colour is this sign? I think we're going to go oak planks with birch in the middle. Or actually, I think we will use the sand, just to be different. So we'll go, say about here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because we don't want to go too small. We just want to run sand across the middle. Oh, so like that. In fact, we're going to use stairs, actually, thinking about it, because at least then we can make it look as if it's sort of got that look that it's going up. So like that. Like so. Sort of. That is pretty much the best I can do with that, I think. Just use these around here. We're just going to chuck these in. I think we're just going to do a circle of tall grass. We've got double tall grass. Never seen that before. And just to finish up, we're just going to take our oak leaves and we're just going to place them. Hello, buddy. We're just going to place them all the way around the front here. So we've got like this look there. And we're just going to do the same in front of this part. If we do it like that. In fact, actually, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do our not double tall grass. Use our normal grass, and we'll do it like that instead. Actually, around that part. Then moving back from our oak leaves, I'm actually gonna use the spruce leaves. They look a little bit better. We're gonna do it like that. Oh, not right now. We can't. So we're just gonna do it like so.
I'm gonna be back.
Guys, sorry about that. And pull that across.
I don't want to be back.
Let's have a quick look.
I don't be back. See? I don't be back.
And I think that is about as good as I can get it without going into too much detail. All around the fronts and the backs. That is literally done. I think really we could run these bushes around the whole place, but apart from that is done. We have to now start thinking about building our next Simpsons build. So that's done. So guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I shall catch you soon with our next build.